The truth is, there are dozens of small gaps in the system, quiet little opportunities that experienced adult cruisers use to make their trips smoother, cheaper, and a lot more enjoyable. And if you don't know these, you won't just miss out. You'll overpay, waste time, and feel like the ship is controlling you instead of the other way around. But by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to move through your cruise like an insider, using 10 naughty but completely practical tricks that most passengers never figure out. Let's go step by step. 1. Pre-booking advantage. Step 1. Book a less desirable cabin on purpose. You're taught to pick the best cabin you can afford. But experienced cruisers sometimes do the opposite. They book a guaranteed cabin or a slightly worse category. Why? Because cruise lines often oversell better rooms, and when they need to reshuffle, upgrades happen quietly. If you skip this, you might lock yourself into an overpriced room that others end up getting upgraded into for free. Pro tip: this works best on ships sailing near full capacity, especially 2 to 4 weeks before departure. Step 2. Split your booking into 2 reservations. This is something most people never even consider. Instead of booking the entire trip as one reservation, you can sometimes split it into 2 segments. Why it matters: promotions change constantly. One segment might have a better deal, onboard credit, or perks. If you skip this, you might miss stackable benefits worth hundreds of dollars. Pro tip: ask your travel agent or test this manually online. Pricing inconsistencies happen more than cruise lines admit. 2. Boarding day shortcuts. Step 3. Arrive later than you think. Everyone rushes to get on the ship early. That sounds smart, but it creates chaos. Long lines, crowded buffet, delayed luggage, and stressed staff. If you arrive slightly later, around mid-boarding window, the system is calmer. You walk on faster, your cabin is often ready, and your bags arrive sooner. If you skip this, you'll spend your first few hours standing, waiting and competing for space. Pro tip: watch boarding times carefully. The sweet spot is usually 60 to 90 minutes after boarding opens. Step 4. Carry a hidden essentials bag. Most people pack normally. Experienced cruisers pack strategically. Your main luggage might take hours to arrive. During that time, you're stuck, so you carry a small bag with essentials: swimwear, medications, chargers, a change of clothes. If you skip this, you lose half a day waiting instead of enjoying the ship. Pro tip: add 1 extra item people forget: a refillable water bottle. It saves money immediately. Path 3. Cabin control tricks. Step 5. Hack your cabin storage instantly. Cabins are small. That's by design. But here's what experienced cruisers do within the first 10 minutes. They unpack completely. Not partially, completely. Why it matters: clutter builds stress, and stress ruins relaxation. If you skip this, your cabin stays messy, you lose items, and housekeeping becomes inconvenient. Pro tip: use the closet shelves for things you think you'll use later. Otherwise, they stay buried in your suitcase all trip. Step 6. Control your room temperature manually. Most people think the thermostat is fixed. It's not always. Many cabins use motion-based or limited controls. Here's the trick: place your key card or a spare card in the slot to keep power running even when you leave. If you skip this, your room resets, and you come back to a warm, uncomfortable cabin. Pro tip: adjust temperature before leaving. You return to a perfectly cooled room every time. Plot 4. Food and drink loopholes. Step 7. Use room service strategically. Not casually. People either overuse it or ignore it. The smart move is timing. Order breakfast early or late-night snacks when venues are crowded or closed. Why it matters: you avoid lines, save time, and sometimes even get better portions. If you skip this, you waste time hunting for food with everyone else. Pro tip: Some ships offer free continental breakfast via room service. That's a quiet, underrated advantage. Step 8. Bring your own. Allowed extras. Cruise lines restrict a lot, but not everything. Most allow limited beverages like soda or even wine, depending on the line. This is where the naughty part comes in, knowing the limits and using them fully. If you skip this, you'll rely entirely on onboard pricing, which adds up fast. Pro tip: check exact allowance rules before packing. One small misstep can lead to confiscation at boarding. Plost 5. Onboard movement strategy. Step 9. Use the ship against itself. Cruise ships are designed to funnel crowds into certain areas: buffets, elevators, main pools. But here's the trick: move opposite the flow, eat earlier or later than peak times, use stairs for short distances, explore quieter decks. If you skip this, you'll feel like the ship is overcrowded, even when it's not. Pro tip: upper decks and aft areas are often quieter, especially during peak hours. Step 10. Attend events halfway through. Everyone shows up early. That's the mistake. Shows, activities, and events often have a surge at the beginning. If you enter 10 to 15 minutes late, you walk into open seats and avoid lines. If you skip this, you waste time waiting for doors to open and fighting for space. Pro tip: this works especially well for repeat shows or longer performances. Bot 6. Money-saving behavior on board. Step 11. Avoid the first day spending trap. The first day is when cruise lines push hardest. Spa deals, drink packages, specialty dining. It feels urgent, but many of these deals come back later, sometimes cheaper. If you skip this and buy immediately, you might overpay before you even settle in. Pro tip: walk through the ship first. Understand your habits before committing to packages. Step 12. Monitor your onboard account daily. Most people check at the end. That's risky. Mistakes happen. Charges get added incorrectly. If you catch them early, they're easy to fix. If you skip this, you might spend your last day arguing at guest services. Pro tip: check your account during low traffic hours to avoid long lines. Pont 7. Disembarkation control. Step 13. Don't follow the crowd off the ship. Everyone wants to leave quickly, but that creates bottlenecks. Instead, either leave very early or wait until the rush clears. If you skip this, you'll stand in long lines with luggage, stressed and tired. Pro tip: if you're not in a hurry, enjoy breakfast while others rush out. The experience is much calmer. Final section. Traps to avoid. There are a few common mistakes that undo everything we just covered. 1. Overpacking. It limits your cabin space and makes movement harder. 2. Blindly trusting onboard promotions. Always compare and think twice. 3. Trying to do everything. That leads to burnout, not enjoyment. And 4. Ignoring timing. On a cruise, timing is everything. It controls crowds, prices, and your overall experience. Ending now. I'm curious: what's one thing you've done on a cruise that felt like a secret win nobody else knew about?